tell us about what we should be doing to help our feathered friends during the winter time, these cold months.
Number one, feed them. It's nice to give them a little helping hand, and it does, according to the research, does increase the populations around food sources a little bit. They don't super overpopulate or nothing, but you're helping out some. You're giving them a little chance. They can find their own food, but it's nice to give them a hand. It makes me feel good to feed them.
And speaking of you, we have some video of your yard and how Richard's entire yard is just made for the birds. And that's your first step, right? Having a bird-friendly yard includes not having a cat, right? But you have feeders everywhere. You've got lots of cover. You've got these woods for them and running water. Tell us a little bit about how you make your yard a bird sanctuary.
Well, I've lived in two different environments. This is one. This has more woods behind it and all. Another house I had didn't have much more, just pure subdivision. And they're both very similar.
Right.
My birds have more room to forage around in a natural forest. The other birds, of course, they forage around in our neighborhoods too, and find the feeders. So it's nice to give them a little bit of something. Like here in the yard, I'll have a few feeders. I don't go really overboard. Some people have come in there in my yard and said, "You don't have a lot of feeders." I had 4 or 5. And some people have a lot more than I do, but I try to have them in the right places, and I try to have the right things in them. And for goodness sakes, I do try to have them with food in them. Many times I see people with bird feeders, and I'll look out there, and there's nothing in them. Oh, well, I forgot to put it in there this week. What do you mean this week? How about yesterday or today?
Tell us some of the good things to feed them. You like really sunflower meats, right?
Sunflower meats, I mean, it's a good all-around seed without the shell on it. And the reason that makes a difference, well, sunflower seeds are a very popular bird seed, have been for forever. And most birds love them, and most birds can crack the shell. All birds can't. So you get a little wren and some of the warblers and stuff like that, they cannot crack, or bluebirds can't crack a sunflower seed. Well, what do? Now they wait for somebody else to break one. Well, if you have a mixture with some sun meats in it that don't have to have shell on it, then these birds are going to have a chance to eat it. And it becomes like an insect substitute for them because it's soft and it's got nutrition in it. So great foods, and everybody eats it. One of the reasons you see bluebirds coming to feeders now, and you didn't 30 or 40 years ago, it's like, oh, bluebirds won't come to bird feeders. Well, it's because there was nothing there they could eat. As we especially introduced sunflower meats to the feeding public, and it got more prevalent of being put out there without the shell, gee, guess what? All of a sudden we start seeing birds at feeders who typically would say, oh, they don't come to feeders.
Right.
But now they have something to eat when they get there.
Yes, and these blends, I think they're really good to show, to give a wide variety, bring a wide variety of birds, and also they can see those, and I think that attracts them even more to the feeders.
And they see other birds coming to feeders, then
they're like, what are they having?
The traffic bills, Hello, this is Richard Cole. I want to thank each of you for watching, and I want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to share it.